questions. I don't have a lot of answers.
What's running through your mind after that one?
I really can't even piece together just how long the game was, overtime. I mean, that took every second of that overtime. I mean, offensively, we had 3 possessions. Defense got 2 stops. Challenge these guys, man. Leave it all on the field, and we'll take care of you next week in this final game. And they did just that. The defense, I want to start with the defense. I mean, 2 stops in overtime is unbelievable, kind of given the momentum change that maybe got us there in overtime. For them to rise up and get those 2 stops and allow the offense the shot to go win it, big-time stuff. And then, just offensively, these guys just keep moving. And I know how many punts we have, the one in overtime maybe. And so, again, we had some 4th downs that fell short. That hurt us where there's no points there. But I thought overall we were pretty efficient. I know the sack number is going to be high for us because we dropped back and threw the ball quite a bit, because we were having so much success. And there's a myriad of things there that were the reason why, and they're a good rush front. But we felt like we needed to keep putting the ball in the air to keep attacking them.
Can you talk through the math at the end of regulation?
Yeah.
How that kept changing?
Yeah. Well, the injury changed everything because we were going to be able to, I believe, kick the walk-off field goal with about 10 seconds left, and no one's fault. I mean, so we were telling Chase to slide at the 1 because we figured they were going to let us score there. Which he did. He did a great job. Unfortunately, got his ankle, and so then they charged us with the timeout. So then that changes everything. And so now you're in a 2nd and goal on the 1, and, you can down it and make sure they use their timeout and then try to score a touchdown from there on 3rd down and maybe kick it on 4th. But it's just, you saw our low red zone against them. I mean, it's tough all day. They're going to play goal line against every personnel you got. Nothing was easy for us. Especially the runs down there because they got you so overmatched with their personnel. And so we just ran the quarterback sneak and told Joe to score. And if you score, great. If you don't, then they'll have to use their timeout. We'll try something else. But, and then just put it on the defense there to get the stop. And unfortunately, they scored on the 4th and 1, but then the defense rose up in overtime and got it back for us.
After Cade missed the game winner overtime, did that change the plan if you got the ball back?
It doesn't matter. We scored, so I don't have to answer that.
Zach, after Cade missed, I mean, Denver could clinch with a tie and probably was planning to run the clock out.
Yeah.
How important was it to get the 3 and out? And get
That was really hard for me to process because people were asking me that question, what Denver needed to do, and it's we're just trying to win the game. And so, they ran it a couple times there and then threw it on 3rd down, and so saved us some, not that the time was going to be critical. I thought we were going to have plenty of time to go down there and do what we needed to do. So it's an interesting situation, that there's a lot going through your mind. You're having to process it. You're having to make really quick decisions. It was a tough game. There's going to be a lot we're going to review over the next several years, I'm sure, from this game. That'll teach us a lot about how to handle some of these situations. But I thought our communication was really good. Just some really challenging situations we were in.
How do you characterize the big team?
He's a warrior. He's fighting through a lot there and just keeps rolling out there and keeps winning these one-on-ones. And that game winner was a play we talked about, after one of the first couple red zone drives where it was tough. We were low red zone, and so let's just give T a one-on-one, on the same route Jamar scored on against Pittsburgh in the opener a couple years ago down here at the buzzer. And so he's just, it's just so hard. They want to take away one of our guys. The other one's going to go win. And then you look at Dre and Mike. I mean, Dre had, 100 and something, and Gesicki had 10 catches, I think. And so we had a lot of matchup problems, and our guys stepped up today in a big way.
Coming into the game, was there any jeopardy that T might not play given the knee throughout? I know we didn't ask you about it on Thursday.
No, he maintained, what is today, Saturday? Tuesday, the first meeting we had, he brought his phone to the meeting, and he texted me. I was in the back of the room. I'm playing. So, it's early in the week, so I just kind of let those guys get their space early in the week to get right. But he was sending me a pretty clear message that he saw personnel up on the screen and said, no, I'm playing this game.
He initially wasn't in the personnel you had out there.
Well, we always have to plan. You never know. I mean, when a guy doesn't finish the game, it's early in the week. Trust me when I say we do this all the time. So that's nothing big, but that was his way of telling me early on, you're going to have me.
For a guy like him to have a night like tonight, had the injuries throughout the year, had the fumble in the fourth, what does it say about his resiliency he's had all year?
He's been resilient every step of the way, fighting through stuff. When he's on the field, he is a warrior, I mean, he looks so good in warm-ups, man. Just when you watch our guys run routes, it's I know everybody sees it, and it gives you a lot of confidence when you walk on the field to start calling plays for some of the guys we got.
Can you take us through the second to last play, the 31-yard touchdown? The one to tee there.
The 1 to T on the sidelines, yeah. I mean, there's just so many situations you learn from over the course of the season. We've been in this situation a lot. Baltimore a couple times. And so those are moments. There's been, okay, so we're beating them on slants, okay? Same thing against Baltimore. You go to the well one too many times, Marlon gets us, in one of those last ones. So you learn a lesson there, and, all right, we hit him on slants. Now we got to run by him, take a shot on a go route. And that's what T1 on. I'm pretty sure that was we called that play a million times in this game, so I think that's what we did there. It might have been a conversion. I can't quite remember, but Joe trusted him to go make a play, and he did.
It seems like you guys have been able to get a lot of production from Joseph Osai recently. You said Johnson getting a sack today. How much did you feel like those guys played an impact?
Yeah, and it starts with practice. They practice really hard. I mean, they practice like it's the game, and so you feel confident that that's going to translate for them. And you just, I've said this before. I stand right behind the quarterback, the scout team quarterback, and I almost get hit on every single pass play because those guys are on a mission, I think, to make sure that they can affect the passer. And they've done a great job of that, especially recently.
You talked about the short yardage and how tough that was. What was it that was so tough going down there? And were you coming into this game with an idea of going for a lot of fourth downs, or is that just the way?
A lot of those just fell in areas where you got to go for it. And, one of the one we got stopped on the first drive was a fourth and pretty short inches, and so we're going for it. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. The little red zone inside the 3, in this situation, I was going for it. And so we went for it. It didn't work out for us. They do a good job. I mean, they got great coaches. They got good plans down there. They make things really hard. We had a really good red zone plan that I really believed in, that Riscotti and Pitch had done. It's a great plan. And it came up for, we had, I don't know how many little red zone plays we had in this game. It felt like 25 of them, and so we were just making it up. The last play is we just made it up, drew it up, and it's not hard for the guys to handle, but we're kind of off the menu at that point, and our guys are smart players and they can handle it.
Zach, so many games this year came down to those moments,
Yeah.
and it always seemed to go
Yeah,
not your way.
you're right. And this just felt different. Our team has some momentum right now. We're certainly we've learned from other games this season, and guys just stepped up and made these plays tonight. And you're right. There was moments where you probably could have said to yourself, "Here we go again." It's a similar issue that just happened, but our guys, the other unit, picked up whatever unit had maybe fallen a little bit, and we were able to go win the game. And special teams played a big part. I know we missed a kick, but special teams played a really big part in this game. Credit to Darren and that whole unit. That was a big matchup for us going in this game. Denver's got a great unit, great returners. I thought our guys performed really well and gave us a great chance to have good field position and limit their field position as well.
Any indication of the severity of Chase's ankle?
I don't know. I just know it's ankle sprain. We'll see from there.
Was there any consideration there to just taking 3 knees as opposed to having him slide at the 1?
No. We were just going to keep running the ball and try to get what we could, and try to get down there. And again, there's going to be a lot we can talk about that. We felt good about our decision there just to get down to the 1. You're never assuming it's going to be an injury, of course. That's not what you're factoring in. Trying to get as close as possible to keep all options on the table. Our math said there was going to be around 10 seconds to kick that walk off, and then, of course, the injury immediately changes everything. And so then you got to pivot and have a whole different conversation.
Just 2 injury questions for you. Is Mims's injury one that you?
We'll see. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's the same hand he went into the game with, so we'll have to see as the week goes.
Is it one of those things with
Is there a possibility that Evan McPherson would be able to come back?
We'll see. We'll keep taking it week to week and see where that ends up.
was it one of those things where Mims, he just tried to see if he could give it a go?
It's hard to know because you don't have a lot of contact during the week, and so we do our best. At this point in the year, we're pretty limited with what we're doing in practice. It was a 6-day week, so we lost a day of practice really, and so there's not a lot of opportunity to really test it like you're going to test it in a game, going against their guys, and so again, he just got to the point where he couldn't go.
For a few weeks ago, y'all were 4-8. Y'all were pretty realistic about the odds. Why have y'all been able to kind of stay alive?
We've known we've had a good football team all along, And those games are disappointing that we came up short. But that didn't change our process. It didn't change what our guys believed in. We didn't have to change everything we did. We still believed in what we were doing. And now we've won 4 in a row, and we got to make it 5 in a row.
Across the league, there's a lot of talk that it's a two-person race for the MVP between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, especially down the stretch with the way Joe Burrow's playing. Do you think he's the MVP?
Yeah, I don't know that anybody can stand on a field and watch Joe Burrow and say he's not the best player in the world, and then you can transfer that argument to Jamar Chase as well, and you can argue those two to death. But the clearest thing I can say is I would not trade Joe Burrow for any player in the universe. And so, to me, that's MVP to me.